back in the 1800s, early 1900s. Along the North River were certain cutouts for shipbuilding, like foundries and sawmills and blacksmiths, anybody that was related to fabric to build the sails.
Eleanor Norris was a lovely lady who grew up in the Back Bay in a well-to-do family. She went to Vassar. Her parents believed in educating daughters. This was 100 years ago, so it was a little unusual. She took some graduate courses at Harvard and MIT.
And in 1912, they were looking for property because they were interested in conservation, and they fell in love with Norwell.
All sorts of developers came to her. This was in the 60s, and they were offering her a great deal of money, as you might imagine, for the land, and she decided just to give it away. And she was familiar with the trustees of reservations, and so she went to them, said, "I'd like to give you 100 acres of land on the North River." And they were rather surprised, to say the least. We moved here in 1983, and she came by and welcomed us to the neighborhood because she lived nearby. After she gave away the land, she went back to work as a school teacher. She'd lived in this very small, one-bedroom, one-bathroom house till she was over 100. She was really very well loved in this community because she did so much for it, and she was really ahead of her time. She was turning 95, and she said, "No gifts, no gifts." So we said, "No, we're not going to ask for gifts. We're going to ask for people to give money for an endowment in your honor to care for the property." And we did the same thing when she was 100. It was enough to hire a very part-time ranger to help take care of her, but it's not enough to keep this place up. So twice a year she organizes a volunteer day, and people come in, they can rake, they can pick up trash. We have people with some wonderful skills.
It's nice to get outside.
We have so much rich history in all of our trustees' properties, and this is just one small segment of it.
Been coming here and walking the property with my dad for quite a few years, and I love the property, and I feel obligated to take care of it. It's such a beautiful property, and everybody loves it, you know, and I think everybody should get the fever to come out and help pitch in.